While some may be looking ahead to the 2026 NFL draft, us sickos looking ahead to the 2027 NFL draft with a ton of awesome young players. Today, we're looking at our top 25-ish players of the 2027 class, a ton of great young talent, and like I mentioned before, this isn't necessarily our big board, right? We just like these 25 players in this class, and we want to talk about them here today. So don't quote us on it if shit looks horrible next year, but we're excited about these young prospects. Let's dive into number one. And if you ever heard of this guy, you live under a rock without a doubt. At one, we have Jeremiah Smith, the wide receiver at Ohio State University. Who wants? I'll throw it to Metro to kick this off. Just take it easy, take it slow. Tell me about Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not somebody who likes to call out and make these comparisons. Like, I've heard Julio Jones comparisons. I've heard Randy Moss comparisons, things like that. Let's all just relax a little bit. Jeremiah Smith is a incredible receiver, right? He's an incredible receiver. He's the best in college football. To me, it's not really that close. I think there's a couple really good ones. In this draft class specifically, we're going to talk about 4 or 5 of these guys. It's a really good class. If Jeremiah Smith came out in 2023, or 2024, would have been a top 10 pick. If he had come out in if he had came out this draft class, he would also be a top 10 pick. Yep. This guy would have been the first to 5th overall pick since he was a freshman at Ohio State. He's just been that good. And this year, with Julian saying that offense obviously didn't pan out in the playoffs, but wasn't really Jeremiah Smith's fault. This dude's awesome, man. He's got size. He's got the hands. He can make any catch on the field, contested catches. He's good after the catch. I mean, if you look at the numbers this year, 106 targets, 87 catches. That's an 82% reception percentage, 1,243 yards, 14.3 yards per reception, 12 touchdowns on the season. And those numbers, I mean, they're not even as good as his freshman numbers. Freshman numbers, 1,311 receiving yards, 15 touchdowns with Will Howard. Really, there's not a major flaw to this guy's game. He's going to be a superstar, potentially the number 1 pick next year. So we'll be watching him again for one more season at Ohio State, unless he transfers, which not going to happen.
Not going to happen. At number 2, we got Colin Simmons, the edge at a UT. B. Ross, you like Texas. So does Metro, of course, but I'll let you handle this one.
You're talking about a day one pass rusher who's going to impact someone's team in 2028 or 2027 football season. Colin Simmons, like, he's explosive, he's twitched up, he's strong at the point of attack. He played better this year versus the run as the season went on. After the Florida game, he turned it up a whole new notch. Like, it's not too much he can't do physically. Like, he is a gifted athlete who just so happens to know how to rush the passer at a very high level. I'll be interested to see how he handles double teams and chips next year, because he got them as the season went on, but he's going to get them right out the gate, I think. It'll be a couple tackles who maybe get some true one-on-ones with him where he will have the opportunity to win, but I would love to see how he handles chips and double teams and all the things that come with being an elite pass rusher at the college level, because that's what he is. And I don't think 1 and 2 are any argument when you're talking about the top 2 prospects next year.
Absolutely. And on that note, what's after 2? Let's go to 3. We got Leonard Moore, the cornerback out of Notre Dame. Dame. We got Metro taking this one away. Talk to me about Leonard Moore.
Man, so Jeremiah Smith's been like this since his freshman year. Leonard Moore has been like this since his freshman year. This guy's a stud, man. 6'2", 195 pounds. In his true freshman season, he played 736 total snaps, 86.5 coverage grade, and this year just was even better this year, 92.1 coverage grade. I don't know if he's the best against the run. I think he can still develop that, but he's got smooth feet. He transitions well. You can play him in man and in zone. He's got great size and length to him. There are reps out there where players literally cannot get him off. I mean, he is sticky like glue sometimes in man coverage, especially in press. Not really a major flaw to his game. Now, he's still a younger player. He's only a true sophomore, so there's more maturing to his game he has to get through. He's going to continue to get better. This is a potential top 5 pick, and we said it with Jeremiah Smith, and I'll say it here again with Leonard Moore. Had Moore came out after his freshman year, he would have been a first-round pick. Had he had come out after this year, he would be probably my CB1. So this guy is he's awesome, and he's going to be an incredible player next year. So keep your eyes on Leonard Moore in the gold.
Let's go. This next player, He's known for hype, and in the back half of the season,
Two of them.
I know. I got to talk about it too.
he lived up to it. Arch Manning, the quarterback. We know he was the prophecy, and when the season started, he had a little bit of we'll call it the shakes. A lot of pressure was on him, I get it. But in the back half, like I mentioned, he was torching it. You cannot ignore the season he was having and the plays he was making. He clearly has still got the thing we all saw him for in the beginning of the season. B. Ross, talk to me about Arch Manning.
Yeah, Arch showed that he's mentally tough, he's physically tough, and he knows how to block out the noise because his play only got better. The more people talked, the better his play got, especially late in the year when Texas needed some big wins. He went out there with everything he had, and he was efficient. He protected the ball. He's a really good athlete. Like, if you give him space and time to run, he can beat you with his legs. It's not a throw he can't make. His accuracy and his feet got better each and every week as well. Like, I'm a Texas fan. I watched him a lot, so I'm very in tune with what Arch is and could be. Everyone, touted him. Well, the media touted him as generational because of his last name, and that wasn't fair to him. But when you're talking about being QB1 next year, he has earned that, and I think he will continue to earn that because the weapons around him have gotten better. He's going to get better protection. Like, Arch is the real deal when you talk about quarterback play. He has prototypical size, strong arm, smooth mechanics. Like, everything that Arch struggles with can be fixed. That's the scary part. He's not even close to playing his best football, so Arch for Heisman. Calling it. Arch for Heisman.
Buckle
Watch
up.
it.
Anything Metro? This is your quarterback too, so I want to give you the floor.
Yeah, I mean, B. Ross kind of hit it on the head there. I mean, the crap this guy got after a couple shaky starts to the season, like the dude in his first ever start in an away game went to Ohio State in front of that crowd, and he did not play well. I'll be the first person to tell you that. Arch did not play well really until after the Florida game. I think the Florida game was kind of, I don't want to say the wake-up call, but maybe sort of the panic alarm was going off a little bit. He had some time to reflect, and he went through it. He was in his own head. Things that we hadn't seen from Arch in previous games where he was missing wide open players and things like that. And, I mean, it got to a point where people were just kind of writing him off, and, the media started talking about him less and less. And unfortunately for Arch, his best games was when the media wasn't paying as much attention. Now, there will be a lot of attention heading into next year because he now has Cam Coleman, and he has a couple nice running backs, Hollywood Smothers, Brown. And I just look at Arch. He's got the size, the length, the arm talent. He can play make a little bit. Some of his best throws this year are on the run. He is a really good athlete for a Manning. And, yeah, the Manning last name, it holds true. He's a great mental processor. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way. Now, he has to put it together for a whole season because he was really bad in the first half of the year. Second half, he was incredible. He's got to carry that over into next year, and he's got the weapons and the talent around him to get the job done. So, yeah, I think Arch Manning being back in Heisman conversations is probably going to happen. So we'll see how he handles it.
When I say this, because I'm looking at I didn't know y'all got Hollywood Smothers and Cam Cole. Y'all are forming a damn super team. I'm not saying this because of Arch, because I think he's a stud, but it's not the pressure I want to put on. It's on Sark. If they don't at least go to the Natty,
not kidding.
What the hell are we doing? That's an absolute super team. But let's move forward. Thank you for the Arch praise because he deserves it. He had a big comeback season. 5, we got Dylan Stewart, the edge rusher out of South Carolina. He was a 5-star heading out of high school, the second edge prospect off the board, and 19th in the nation. This one is going to Metro. What do you think about Mr. Dylan Stewart?
Yeah, so Dylan had an incredible freshman campaign, right? 91.4 pass rush grade, 7 sacks, 10 quarterback hits, 34 hurries. He was unstoppable in his freshman year. In his sophomore season, his first few games were good. He wasn't, putting it all together. And then he got hurt versus Oklahoma. And the back half of the season, you could tell this guy was like 30%. Now, he still had a productive year. And with 5 sacks, 27 hurries, a 70.3 pass rush grade. But he's got to get healthy. He's got the size, 6'5", 245. He has the bend around the corner, the speed, the athleticism, the get off, all that stuff. He can add a bit more weight to be better against the run, which I think he's already a solid run defender, but he can be that much better. If he puts it all together in his junior season, I mean, he might be the number I mean, you're probably going to see a quarterback and Jeremiah Smith be 1 and 2. He's probably up there for the potential number 3, number 4 overall pick because he's got that level of talent. He's just got to stay healthy and put it all together for a full season. But yeah, Dylan Stewart kind of can't go wrong. Him and Colin Simmons are really neck and neck. I think Colin gets the nod right now because he was able to stay healthy for his entire sophomore campaign. So it'll be those two duking it off for that edge number 1 in 2027.
Out of there, partner. You must be enjoying the content. If you are, go subscribe down below. Welcome to the family. Look forward to seeing you on more videos going forward. Let's get back into this video right now. Let's go. Know their names. Let's go to 6. We got Jordan Seaton, the tackle out of Colorado. B. Ross, I'm going to hand the mic off to you. This guy was also a big-time 5-star recruit heading to Colorado as a freshman, 13 in the nation in high school. Tell me about him, B. Ross.
Yeah, you're talking about a big man who is a gifted foot athlete. His ability to mirror pass rushers, be on that island as a tackle, and just handle pass rushers with, relative ease. And this guy was huge coming out of high school, who had to drop weight, put weight back on. Like he's handled every challenge in terms of his body, which is going to be important for him going into next season, going into the draft, and his future career as a NFL tackle. Like, this is if you need a tackle this year, this is who you would love to have because he is a left tackle, franchise type tackle all day, every day. He does still have to get stronger in certain aspects of his game, in the run game. But when you're talking about pass pro and just being, balanced and being able to mirror guys, he does it with some of the best. Like, I would take him top probably 12 this year. Like,
Yeah.
Like his tape is that good. Like it's scary because he still has some functional mistakes that he shouldn't make. Like, his best football is still ahead of him, which is scary, super scary.
Let's move forward. At number 7, we got Nick Marsh, the wide receiver that was at MSU, Payne, now at Indiana from the portal. Dude's an absolute baller. Actually, I'm just gonna ask, do you mind if I talk about my old wide receiver, Metro?
Talk about him, and then I'll follow up with you.
Cool. Nick Marsh stands 6'3", 203, and guys, it is apparent when he's playing on the field, he's the strongest wideout there in the secondary. He can dominate DBs wherever he's at. He can go win contested catches. He's also sneaky good run after catch-wise. He can make a bunch of moves, jukes, spins. It's very impressive. He has game-breaking ability as an X-wide receiver. That sounds like it's a common theme. It's not. X-wide receivers can't move like majority of the receivers can at Z or in the slot. He's got that playmaking ability, and he's big as shit. Keeping it simple. Throw it to you, though, Metro. What do you think about Mr. Marsh?
Yeah, I think you kind of hit it there. He is going to develop so well with Curt Cignetti. And that's why, for me, him and Cam Coleman are really neck and neck because there's a lot of similarities between those two players. Yep. But Nick Marsh, and by the way, Cam Coleman going to Texas is great for him. Like, he's going to be a first-round pick. It's going to be awesome for him to play with Arch and Wingo. We'll talk about him here in a second. But for Nick Marsh specifically, he has so much talent and skills that had he stayed at Michigan State, which I get it, he's from Michigan. He probably wanted to play for the Spartans, maybe a fan growing up, I'm not sure. But if he would have stayed at Michigan State, and Cade, I apologize, he wasn't going to maximize his potential. He just really wasn't. They didn't have the coaching staff, the personnel, those things. Him going to Indiana, where we have now seen Mendoza throw the rock around to Omar Cooper and mainly Elijah Surratt, guys who are so fundamentally sound and play football, I don't want to say the right way, but they play it the right way. You're going to see Nick Marsh, who is this just ball of clay, go into a system that discipline, wants to put everything together. I think he has some of the highest ceiling of this class, and I think he's going to put together an awesome 2026 season. He hasn't eclipsed 700 receiving yards yet. I think he will get to 1,000 this year. I don't know who the quarterback will be. Maybe it's Mendoza 2.0, the younger brother, or no, they have Hoover, right?
Hoover did transfer, yeah.
Yeah.
They have Josh Hoover. That's an NFL quarterback. So, yeah, Indiana, loving what they're doing, man. They're an awesome story.
Good stuff right there. Let's go to the next wide receiver. His name is Cam Coleman, wide receiver out of Texas. Oh, my goodness.
You're getting all the fun players, man.
UT player.
I know.
He gets all of them. He gets all of them. This team's going to be so
I get
stacked.
the next one, too.
Take it away.
You get
Take
all
it
of
away,
them.
King. Talk to me about Cam Coleman, the 5-star wide receiver.
To Metro's point, Cam Coleman, Nick Marsh are very similar. Like they both have a George Pickens-esque type game to them. Long, athletic, explosive, but the ball skills, the ability to go and get the ball, maneuver their body to catch passes that shouldn't be caught, that's what makes them, first round type prospects. Like Cam Coleman is strong, he's explosive, he's fast, he's long. Like he's going to be so much better because he's going to have an accurate passing quarterback. That's the scary part. He didn't have a guy who could hit water falling off a boat. So you're talking about now having a guy who can place the ball in certain spots where either I'm telling you go get this ball, or I'm telling you that I'm throwing it to your back shoulder and he can maneuver. Like Cam Coleman's going to be a really good football player.
Let's go. Guarantee you heard his name before. He's going to make sure you know it as well next year in 2026 and 7. Next, we got Ahmad Hardy. All right, running back out of Mizzou. Talk to you about it, Metro.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong here. I believe this was a 0-star recruit committed to play for Louisiana Monroe, ULM, and he lit it up there, right? As a freshman, lit it up. 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns, transfers to Missouri, lights it up. He's 5'10", 206. He's not a complete player. He needs to work on pass protection. He's got to be better in the receiving game. He's just not really a part of those right now. But as a runner, boy, oof. Contact balance, speed, agility, twitchy, shifty, you name it, he's kind of got it. Now, I wouldn't classify him as a power back, but he will move the pile when he needs to. He's kind of the full package. But with that said, if he wants to put his name into being a Jeremiah Love, a Bijan Robinson, a Saquon, a Christian McCaffrey, et cetera, he's got to work on being a bit more of the full package, right? Being better in pass protection, getting more involved in the receiving game. And I think he's got the talent to get there. So great story. He has maybe a bit of a red flag is the amount of work he's already had. I mean, he's had 495 rushing attempts already as just a sophomore, but get out as soon as possible, Ahmad. You're probably going to be a first-round pick, and I don't think there's going to be a team that's mad at taking Ahmad Hardy because he has great vision, great instincts, and, Missouri they just ran the rock with this guy. Arkansas, 27 carries. Mississippi State, holy, I didn't even see that number. 25 for 298 and 3 touchdowns. Hello. 22 for 250 versus Lafayette. Yeah, this guy's pretty good. So shout out to Ahmad Hardy, man. He's going to be a stud and a workhorse. Yes, I agree.
Buddy can ball. Let's go to 10. We got Trevor Gooseby, the tackle out of you-know-where, Texas. B. Ross. What do we know about Mr. Gooseby?
Trevor Gooseby, 6'7", 315, somewhere in there. Super athletic. Like he doesn't even know how good he can be. He has great feet, good size. He's good in the run and pass game. Where he's going to have to get better is just being more consistent down in and down out, because he has some lulls in his game where guys who shouldn't beat him beat him. But talent wise, again, if you needed to tackle this year, you wish these dudes were coming out. Like, to me, the Seaton and Gooseby are better than the first 2 tackles this year because they have higher upside and just they're more polished pass protectors. In the run game, they will get better. It's some small stuff that they need to work on in terms of angles and combo blocks, but I love Trevor Gooseby. Like, I wish he was coming out this year, honestly, but I see why he went back.
Let's
He's
go.
got extendo arms. Things are long.
Extended clip arms, man.
Extended.
By the way, his brother is a 5-star basketball player, so the dude can move. He can hoop a little bit himself. I saw him do like a.
Can he windmill?
Yeah.
It was either a windmill or it was like what's it called? Underneath the leg, and he didn't even run up to it. He just walked up, jumped, and put in the hoop. That dude is.
That's
he's
not
a freaky
normal.
athlete.
Like, he's 300 pounds. Like, that's not normal.
It's not. It is not.
Could you imagine, like, if I was a scout, I couldn't do that. But if I was a scout and I stood up in front of the room of a bunch of men who make more money than me and are smarter than me, I would just say, 360 pounds, windmill dunk. And they go, where are we picking him? Where are we picking him? And that's all you got to say. Yep. Trevor Gooseby, dope tackle. 11's a quarterback that you know about, and I think our last quarterback on this list. Oh, we got one more snuck in there. 11, we got Julian. Yeah. Oh, we got 2 more. You're right.
We got a lot of quarterbacks.
We got a lot of quarterbacks. Never mind. Forget what I'm saying. We got Julian Sayin, the quarterback out of Ohio State. He was also a 5-star prospect coming out of high school, transferred from Bama over to OSU, and now Metro's going to explain who he is.
Yeah, so Julian Sayin, obviously Ohio State, really solid regular season, did not end the way you wanted it to go. And that is why he is a little bit further down the quote unquote board here. This guy's got a lot going for him. Quick release, he's accurate, he can move the ball down the field, he has a good mental processor, things like that. All those sort of things he's got. His issue is he's a first-year starter who is he's a statue. He is a statue in the pocket. He does not handle pressure well. He doesn't have an elite arm by any means. He's got a quick arm. He can make any throw, but I wouldn't call it an elite arm. He's not much of a playmaker. And if you're going to be somebody who's going to, unless you're Jared Goff, and Goff's gotten away with it in some portion of his career because he's got a great offensive line, but unless you're going to be somebody that can just use your brains and be okay with pressure being in your face, you got to be able to make it work. He's also not the biggest guy in the world. He's only 6'1", 208. He's kind of scrawny. Would be better if he could add a little bit more weight. And him only being 6'1", that is a bit of a concern. Unlike a C.J. Stroud, who's also a pocket quarterback, unlike a Herbert, unlike a Dak, unlike a prime Matthew Stafford, those guys could all run a little bit. They could all play make a little bit. Sayin he doesn't have that. And maybe that's a part of his game that they could unlock at Ohio State. They haven't really shown that, though. Very much is going to sit in the pocket and try and dissect you, which when it's working, it's working. But when teams can get pressure on you, and I said this off the air to B. Ross and Cade, when shit's sweet, Julian Sayin is nice. When shit ain't sweet, Julian Sayin don't look as nice as he usually is. So he's got one more year, though, maybe even 2 more years. He's going to have plenty of reps under his belt to get this figured out. So that's why he's still a top 25 prospect. But admittedly speaking, I do have some concerns with Julian Sayin. Unlike Arch, where Arch was pressured on every single play and got comfortable with it by Michigan, Julian Sayin never really experienced that because he was playing behind probably 15 NFL dudes. So we'll see, man. We'll see about Julian Sayin. I hope he has a good year, except against Texas, but that's besides the point.
Good stuff. At 12, we got Coy Parrish, the safety who's currently in the portal. He just left Minnesota. Where will he land? I got one quick tidbit, and I'll throw it to B. Ross. I asked my friend, who's like casual fan, you got to love that shit. And I was like, who do you love this year in college football? And he goes, dude, there's this safety for Minnesota, his team, Coy Parrish. He's got so many TikTok edits. And I'm like, okay, sure. Who is this? He's a dog. But B. Ross, take it away.
I love his tape. I love Coy's tape. Like, after Caleb, he was my favorite safety in all of college football. Like, I love Kamari. I think AJ Halsey, LSU. Like, it's some good players this year. But Coy Parrish, he returns punts. He's dynamic as a punt returner, first off. So to me, that's where he has some extra value that other guys just won't have. As a safety, he has range, he has speed, he's smooth, he can cover tight ends, he can cover a couple of receivers here and there. He's a good tackler in space, he's physical. Like, physically, there's nothing he can't do. He's a really good athlete. Like, he's a sub 1,100 meter runner in track. Like, there's nothing he physically can't do. It's just he played in Minnesota, so no one really gave him any love. Let's put that out there. So now wherever he goes, he's going to get the shine and the love that he deserves because he's a hell of a ball player.
Let's go. That's Coy. 13, we got Yanze Pierre, the linebacker / edge out of Bama. Metro, you have the floor.
Yeah, so Yanze is potentially going to be in the 2026 draft. Emphasis on potentially. And by the way, when we get done with our 25, we're going to talk about a couple other players just to kind of give you some honorable mentions. Some guys that might be in 26, we'll talk about there. I think Yanze is probably going to return, and it sounds like he is going to return, but I do want to throw it out there that he might not be in this 2027 class. He might be in 2026. That all said, former 5-star recruit. He was the number 4 edge back in 2023, I want to say. 6'3", 248 pounds. He's really starting to put it together as a player. Alabama uses him off the edge mostly, but they will use him a little bit as a box linebacker. He's kind of has that speed, agility to his game. This year had 9 sacks on the season. Didn't really play a ton in 2024. He's kind of been a big part of this year's Alabama team that, by the way, Bama's getting kind of smoked in the portal right now. I'm just going to throw it out there. They're getting kind of murdered. So, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot to like about Yanze Pierre's game. He's kind of, he's got good size, good arm length, decent bit of bend to him. I wouldn't say he's got elite speed, but I think he's got good enough speed to his game. He's got a couple pass rush moves that he can go to. He's one of those players that right now it's like he gets it, but he's not there yet. I could imagine after this upcoming season that he might be a guy that's like, yeah, this is your, I don't want to say David Bailey, but this is sort of like what we thought TJ Parker could put like. I think he can kind of be like that sort of player. So, yeah, man, Yanze Pierre, keep an eye on him because he's got some game to him.
Let's go. And for reference, the people don't know this. 5-star represents from 24/7 the 32 draft picks, first-round picks in the NFL draft. 4 stars simulating people that get picked in the NFL draft, so about 250 to 300. And then 3 stars is just an absolute shit show. But point being, our next prospect, David Stone, they're cooking, man. Go ahead.
What about 0 stars? I was a 0 star.
Oh, 0 stars? Oh, buddy. You were a 0-star, B. Ross? That's nuts. B. Ross played in the NFL.
They missed.
So B. Ross played in the NFL, had 0 stars.
They missed.
Metro played in 0 stars. He didn't get his chance. Metro, how do you think you would have been Heisman if you got your chance?
I mean, yeah, obviously. I mean, if I didn't tear my ACL and my Achilles at the same time, like I would have been the number 1 pick. But
did you really?
That's no.
No. I was like, I'm so sorry.
That would have been
terrible.
Horrible. Tearing your ACL and Achilles
That
the same
sounds
year.
awful.
Oh, man.
Look, I don't want to get sidetracked here, but there was a player on my high school team, and I'll make this really quick. He was like 5'3", but he was a shifty, kind of scat bag, Deuce Vaughn, think like him. It was a senior year. We get to the spring game. He tore everything, and it was like, well, season's done because he was the only good player on our team. So we were screwed. Yeah, but he's made it. He's good now. He can walk.
I would hope so. He can walk. He can walk as well.
Maybe a little bit of running. I don't know, but maybe a little bit.
Okay. On that note, you got 3 0-star prospects. 1 made the league and was a scout and an NFL player. So one of us is really good at football. None of us are, though, besides that. David Stone's our next player. He plays or played for OU. He's a transfer. That was last year. D lineman, 6'3", 310, was a 5-star prospect. That was the whole point of my rant. This one's going to be Ross. Take the floor.
David Stone is an elite athlete for 6'3", 310. Like he has a great first step, and he has some of the longer arms that I've seen on the dude that big. Like he has at least 35-inch arms, at least. Like he has great length, knows how to play with length, plays with really good hands. He can be a problem when we're talking about being a disruptor on the inside. Like, I think he has to learn how to rush the passer and use that length at times, but he has all the tools and traits to like be a real problem at the next level. He's good against the run. He knows how to use his hands. He can be late to diagnose at times, but nothing crazy. Like, this is a really good athlete who happens to be 6'3", 310, 35-inch arms, and mean. He plays with a mean streak that you love to see. I hate to see it when they play Texas, but I respect it.
Let's go. Thank you for the elite breakdown. Let's go to 15 with, honestly, Metro, I'm going to let you pronounce this one. I'm gonna mess it up. Take it away, King.
Anthony Knapp, offensive tackle from Michigan.
I feel stupid now. That TH is going to get my ass, dude. I'm like, what is that?
No, Anthony Knapp. Yeah, don't overcomplicate
Okay.
So Anthony Knapp, former 3-star recruit, came out of Roswell, Georgia. So how'd you end up at oh no, I said Michigan. Unless he transferred. No, he's in Notre Dame. Apologies. Not Michigan. He's at Notre Dame. Not sure why he went to Notre Dame. If he's from Georgia, go to Georgia or Georgia Tech. Doesn't matter. He went to Notre Dame. It's worked out for him. Has a basketball background. Used to play basketball in college or in high school. You can kind of see it. He plays with great feet. He's put well together. 6'4", 300 pounds via PFF. A 72.5 run blocking grade. A 69.5 pass blocking grade. Notre Dame's got a pretty stout offensive line year in and year out. Every year they can put together 5 good offensive linemen, and more than likely 3 or 4 of those guys are going to end up going pro. Anthony Knapp is just a continuation of this, right? His first year, he got a lot of reps as a freshman. In 2024, he played 843 total snaps. They had some other tackles that got injured, so maybe that's why Knapp got some playing time, but he's worked out nicely for him. Took a big step forward this year as a pass protector, only gave up 1 sack, put on a bit more body armor, put on a bit more weight. He's continuing to develop, continuing to get bigger, stronger, continuing to use that athleticism to his advantage. It's a bookend tackle that if he continues to develop, you're feeling really good about what his future can be.
Let's go. Fire me up. Let's go to our next prospect. This man is a quarterback, and he goes by the name of Drew Mestamaker. He is transferring to Oklahoma State. But before that, he was a 0-star recruit. He played in Austin Vandegrift, which is like very close to where I currently am. And then now he's going from Denton, which is where you two are very close to, and now to Oklahoma State as a 5-star transfer. 0 to hero, baby. Take it away, B. Ross.
Like, you talk about a great story. Like, he had a great year and, came out of nowhere. But he can make every throw. He throws with confidence. High football IQ. Very high football IQ. His ability to process information as quick as he does is very impressive. I can't wait to see him in the Big 12 next year versus some better competition because I think he's going to tear it up. He's poised. He's calm under pressure. He's not easily rattled by early shots in the game. And, like, he's a baller. Like, when that North Texas team needed him to make plays, he made play after play after play in Chad Morris's offense. So, but when you talk about his weaknesses or concerns, it's just that he really hasn't done it long and he hasn't really played against anybody. So next year in the Big 12 is going to be a great test for him. And I think he's going to excel because he's very talented. He has great size. And again, there isn't a throw he can't make. Like, just be on the lookout. Like, he is going to be a good football player.
It's going to be a fun season. Let's go to 17. We got John Henry Daly, and might I say, this is the best name I've seen for a man in my life. He fits the description for sure. He's an edge and now transferred to Michigan from Utah. But Metro, what else do you know about him?
Yeah, so I'm trying to find more information because I believe he might have tore his Achilles, which is, we'll see. I can't confirm that. Michigan fans or Utah fans, let me know. Anyways, started off his career at BYU, transferred to then Utah, stuck it out with one more year at Utah. This year, boy, you look at the numbers, they are disgusting. 93.4 pass rush grade, 77.6 run defense grade, 10 sacks, 9 quarterback hits, 32 hurries, 27 tackles. Yeah, those are some big-time numbers. 6 foot, 255. Obviously, transferring now to Michigan, playing for Whittingham. Makes a lot of sense. At Michigan, you're going to see him go up against high-level Big Ten opponents. But again, I'm trying to see if I can find it. There's not a whole lot of information on it, but I believe he had a non-contact injury that could hold him out. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. But yeah, for Michigan, this is a big-time get. Dude that can get after the quarterback, do with some size to him, good arm length, can anchor in the run. John Henry Daly. Keep an eye on him if he's healthy. Again, I don't know exactly what the injury is, but if he's healthy, he's a good player.
Next, we're going. Oh, you have something to say, B. Ross? So sorry.
Nope.
Bet.
I'm good.
18. We're going to another quarterback. We got Dylan Raiola, Patrick Mahomes. Dylan Raiola, the Oregon quarterback,
come on,
transfer from Nebraska. He was a 5-star coming out of high school. Prospect number 7 in the entire class. Quarterback number 2. B. Ross, what do we know about this quarterback?
Sorry to interrupt the video. Dante Moore just announced he is returning back to Oregon. So this whole Dylan Raiola conversation we're about to have is a little bit, I guess, unusable. He's probably not going to be in the 2027 draft. So in this place, we'll talk about Dante Moore. I will still play the Dylan Raiola stuff because I think it is pretty interesting to hear some of his pros and cons. But it looks like Dylan Raiola is probably going to be more of a 2028 prospect. In terms of Dante Moore returning to Oregon, I think it's great for the young guy. He's shown a lot of good film throughout the year, but when it came down to it, he really did struggle in that game versus Indiana. It wasn't all on him. The team around him was just horrible that day. They got cooked by Indiana, but there is still a lot to work on for Dante Moore. He can add on a bit more muscle. He can show off his ability to play under pressure. You can see some of the shorter accuracy issues get fixed. And just in general, getting more experience under his belt. Had he came out in the 2026 draft, he's probably the number 2 overall pick. So he's taking a bet on himself. He's kind of risking it a little bit here, which I'll give him his flowers and credit for. But now he's going to be returning to Oregon for what I would assume to be one more year. Dylan Raiola, unless he all of a sudden transfers to another school, which might end up happening given today's day and age. But I guess Dylan Raiola will be QB2 for Oregon, and we'll see him in 2028. So again, I'll still play the Dylan Raiola conversation after this, but just wanted to interject because some crazy news happened.
Yeah, so he's very intriguing. Everyone knows him he looks like Patrick Mahomes. He tries and play like him, which is not a good thing. Yeah, he has some very bad habits on tape because he will try to make too much happen at times, hold the ball too long, to try and make the spectacular play. When he plays in rhythm and plays within the system, he's a really good football player. Like, he can make all the throws, he can layer the football, he can push the ball downfield, but he plays hero ball far too often. That's why I have a couple quarterbacks ahead of him, because I just think at the time he tries too hard. Like, bro, she already likes you. You don't have to stay on her. You don't have to text. You don't have to text back as soon as you see the three dots. You don't, like, you're assuming her answer. Girls don't like that. Girls don't like when you're thirsty. Chill. Let it come to you. Let the game come to you. And to me, like, him going to Oregon is what he will learn. Like, let the game come to you. Do not force the issue. But all that being said, he is talented. He does have the arm talent. Above the line athlete, nothing special. But again, that shows up when he tries to scramble around and play backyard football. He tries that way too often for my liking as a quarterback, but that's something that can be coached out of him. Has the chance to be a good football player and a good quarterback, but he has some habits to break first.
One thing I want to say, B. Ross, because I completely agree with you. Oregon is the safe haven for quarterbacks. What do all these prospects have in common? Bo Nix, Gabriel, Dante Moore, except from this first throw in the last game. They were all very patient. They let the game come to them. That's what Raiola needs, and I totally agree on that call out.
Yep.
Let's go to 19. We got Isaac Brown, the running back out of Louisville. Metro, open the can of worms and tell me about this prospect.
Yeah, so Isaac Brown, 5'9", 190 pounds. Everyone thought he was going to hit the portal, and everyone thought he was going to come to Texas, but that obviously did not end up happening. He returns to Louisville. Juice is the best way to describe this guy. Speed, breakaway speed. One of those dudes where a little bit undersized, so you're not going to have him be a pass protector. It's not really his game. You can use him in the receiving game. He could definitely be used there. But more than anything, with Isaac Brown, you're looking at a dude that you're not going to give 20 carries to. You might give 10 to 15, and you're saying, hey, can you make a few dudes miss, and can you pop a big one? And Isaac Brown typically can do so. He's had some monster games this year. Had a really, really good year in 2024, 1,168 yards. This year, just 878. But still, I like this guy a lot. I think Louisville making it a priority to bring him back tells you a lot. He is undersized, and you're not going to be able to use him in pass protection. But as a receiving back, as a change of pace back, yeah, this guy can be. He can be your starter with a really good thumper next to him, or he could be, if you have a really good thumper, Isaac Brown's the perfect complement to that thumper. So I don't know if he goes round 1 necessarily, but round 2, early, yeah, that checks out to me. Unless he takes a big step forward, then maybe round 1.
Very nice. Let's go to 20, the last Longhorn on the list. Ryan Wingo, the wide receiver. And for reference, Cam Coleman just transferred in. They were both wide receivers in the 2024 class. They were not 1, not 2, but 7 5-stars. Now they each have 2 of them on Texas's team at wide receiver. Kind of nuts. B. Ross, talk to me about this wideout.
Yeah, so Wingo was a guy going into this season. Me and Metro talked about it. Like, he was a guy who had to step up and be wide receiver 1. I don't think he's a wide receiver 1 type of guy. I think he's a really good 2. Like, if he has an X and he can take the top off the defense and work the middle of the field, deep overs, and, just do what he does best, which is run. You talk about a guy who's 6'2", 215, runs 4.3. Like, he's good at what he's good at. The other part of his game, winning one-on-one and just winning consistently out on the numbers, it never translated this season into production. He was at his best when they were just able to get him the ball and he could just run. So, with that being said, speed and size is what he has. I think he has to continue to work on his hands, because he has moments where he jumps for the ball unnecessarily or he double catches the football. But you're talking about a guy, again, 6'2", 215, 4'3". Don't overcomplicate it. That is a prime recipe for success at the next level, at any level.
At any level. Go ahead.
He's more athlete than football player right now. But he'll get there.
100%.
If he gets there, he could be an excellent football player. But he's got to put it all together, and being the number 2 with less expectations could be great for him.
Absolutely. Oh, okay.
Good stuff, boys.
Okay, quick question. We're
Yes.
talking about a Texas guy. Do you think he can, because my fear is he's going to play his best year because he plays next to a guy, and then someone takes him thinking they're getting that guy, but they don't have a Cam Coleman type of guy. beside him, and then he doesn't pan out. Can you see that happening?
I mean, it happens all the time. But we also see if Texas can do it the right way, kind of like how Ohio State has done it with Emeka Egbuka, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Carnell Tate this year, where sure you have that number one guy, the Marvin Harrison Jr.'s, the Jeremiah Smiths, but that number two guy develops into being something really nice too. I think in an ideal world, Ryan Wingo can be used in the slot, used as a threat in the backfield. You play him on the outside, give him some screens, let him play in space. And as he's developing as a route runner, as he's developing with his hands, because he's had a lot of drops this year, you can start to see him really develop into being something nice. And we've seen number two receivers for high-level college football teams go pretty early. I personally like Wingo right now as like a day two pick, kind of in the similar mode to, I don't think they're exact one-for-one comparisons, but Jonathan Mingo in some ways, more athlete, big frame, big size, but struggled with some of the nuances of things. I think Wingo is a higher version of him that could actually work out if he puts it all together. So that's what I'll say about Wingo.
Wingo, they're the same player. You just gotta flip
You're right. I didn't put one and one together. You're right.
Yeah, very nice.
Look
Good
at
shit,
Kid,
boys.
man. That's why we have him around.
Yeah, so
Put
smart.
together.
That's analysis right there. A GM would spit in my face if I did that. Let's go to 21. We got KJ Bolden.
Jesus. Oh, my God.
Who's this clown? We got the
Goes to
safety.
the board. Mingo. Wingo. Same guy, just better.
He's got a longhorn on the chest. He's cool.
Get out.
Get the hell out.
Hysterical.
KJ Bolden, safety. Georgia Bulldog, 5-star recruit, number one safety in his class in 2024. This one's going to, refresh my memory, that's going to be Metro.
Yes. 2-year starter, going to be a 3-year starter. Tons of versatility. Plays all across the field. You can play him in the slot, can play him deep, can play him in the box. This year, 218 in the box, 388 deep, 116 in the slot. You can use him all over. Numbers on PFF are great. 82.3 coverage grade, 90.6 tackling grade, 91.3 run defense grade. Sure tackler, plays good in space. I don't know if he's necessarily the prospect of a Caleb Downs. I know their grades, their numbers might look similar. Caleb Downs is just such a high-end processor. KJ is a good processor too. He has good instincts, good range, good versatility. Caleb Downs just a little bit better. So KJ Bolden, though, to me, as of right now, he'd be my number one safety, and I don't think it'd be close. Kind of reminds me, and I think this is a pretty easy comparison because of the school, but there's some Malachi Starks to him a little bit. And Starks didn't have the greatest of years, but I think he's a really talented player. So KJ Bolden, 6 foot 195, by the way.
Let's go. 22. Switching it up. We got a tight end this time out of Texas Tech. Terrence Carter. He was a 3-star prospect coming out of high school, so not quite the hype as most of these guys. But B. Ross, what else do you know about him?
Yeah, like he doesn't have great size. He's only 6'2", about 245. So he doesn't have that, that 6'4", 6'5" frame, but he's a smart route runner with deceptive speed, really good hands, like natural soft hands, makes him an easy target for quarterbacks. Where his game has to improve is he has to become a better blocker at the point of attack. Like he needs functional strength. Like he blocks more like a big receiver. Gets in the way, turns his back, try to create his lane, but there's no real power coming from him through his hips to like generate real movement. So, but a good football player who understands how to get open in man and zone. I'm expecting him to even take a bigger leap next year, due to him being, in the system again at Texas Tech and just developing as a route runner. But Terrence Carter, he has exceeded where he came in, and he's only going to get better.
Let's go. Let's jump to 23, a familiar name without a doubt. Lenore Sellers, the quarterback from South Carolina. If you pay attention to the draft at all, if you're watching this video, you definitely do. He was probably the most high prospect of this year, aside from the man named Arch Manning. He is 6'3", 240 and a beast. Was only a 3-star prospect coming out of high school, but Metro, tell me about the story that this guy went through, and where do you think he ends up next year?
So Lenore's often gets the Anthony Richardson comparison. Now, Anthony had so much less reps than him. I'm so happy for Lenore's that he decided to return to college. Granted, I wish he would have transferred to a better school. Not saying South Carolina is a bad school, but a school with better talents in an ideal world, playing with better offensive linemen, playing with some better receivers, playing with, some high-level Big Ten or SEC school to really unlock his skill set. I respect the loyalty. I know that South Carolina's been hard at work bringing in some dudes. So for his sake, I hope it ends up working out. But yeah, he is. We talked about Wingo being more athlete than football player. That is Lenore Sellers. He is a freaky athlete with a massive arm that can make any throw on the field. And for one half or one quarter, you're like, this guy is nasty. And then for the next quarter, you're like, this guy's not even a high school starter. He stinks. That's just what it is with Lenore Sellers. But if he puts it all together this year, he's got a full year of starting experience. Now he gets a full offseason. If he can stay healthy, if he can put it all together, I do believe Lenore Sellers can put his name back into the top. If he, again, processes the field better, handles pressure better, doesn't hold on to the ball as long, gets the ball out quicker, because some of the throws he makes are nasty. So he's got all the talent in the world. He just has to put it together this year, or else it'll be the same conversation we had this year, where it's like, yeah, he's good, but he's very raw, and he's got more work to do. So, yeah, good player, though.
And a note onto that real quick, Metro. Out of all the quarterbacks that we're talking about today, when I hear Lenore Sellers give interviews, talk to other coaches, I love it, man. He's going to win a locker room, and some team will fall in love with him at a combine when he goes there to talk to these teams. So if he has any kind of year in promise better than this year, he's going to go high. That's all I'll say. Let's jump to our next prospect, who's also a quarterback, Darian Mensah out of Duke. B. Ross, take it away, King.
I first saw him when he was at Tulane, thinking pretty good player. Then I saw him this year. I watched a lot of him this year because I was curious to see why Duke paid him so much. And then you turn on the tape, he's poised, he's accurate, he's strong, he's smart, he can make all the throws, he has touch. Like, it's not too much he can't do physically. He's a decent athlete, high football IQ, but he has a lot of confidence and faith in his arm at times. He's a guy who will put the ball in harm's way a little too much for my liking. But you talking about talented. Like, he's not Lenore Sellers just in terms of being a foot athlete. When you talk about arms, like, you can put his arm up there with anybody that we've talked about thus far. He has a good release quickness. Like, there aren't too many like real holes in his game outside of his overall decision making, which is a big one to me because I don't like turnovers. So as a quarterback, he has a chance to. You got to think that Duke team technically won the ACC, which is crazy but
That is nuts.
But they won the ACC, and he was a big reason why. So this team, reloads with talent, and he plays just as good or better. They'll be right back in it. And he's a big part of he's a big, huge reason for that.
Good stuff. Final prospect on the list at 25. Folks, in football, we talk about mismatches a lot. You don't know shit till you talk about KJ Duff. He's a wide receiver out of Rutgers. Not to bury the lead, he's 6'6", 225. He was a tight end when he was recruited at a high school. And this one's going to Metro. Metro, I've kind of already explained his game here, but just emphasize the kind of impact player he is.
No, 6'6", 225 is your prototypical outside receiver. He's got some work to do as a route runner. I wouldn't necessarily call him a track athlete or anything like that, but man, he gets up there. There was a play versus Penn State where he's like fully smothered and just one hand, nastiest catch you'll see out there. Via PFF, 1,084 yards, 87 targets, 60 catches, 7 touchdowns. Played a little bit in his freshman year too. He had 27 receptions for 425. This year, you're going to see a lot more KJ Duff because if I'm not mistaken, Ian Strong is gone. I think he hit the portal or something like that. So, yeah, he hit the portal. We'll see where he ends up going. But it's going to be, I think he went to Cal, by the way, Ian Strong. That doesn't make no sense to me. But anyways, USC. KJ Duff's going to be your full-time starter. USC?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense.
USC.
I was going to say, why would you go to Cal? That feels like a downgrade from Rutgers. But, yeah, that makes more sense. But KJ Duff, I don't care who I'm offending. It's true. KJ, by the way, USC, not a very good school either, but that's just beyond me. KJ Duff, though, really good player.
Shots.
Again, prototypical outside with, the size, the hands, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, KJ Duffy or KJ Duff. He's probably a day 2 prospect right now for me. Oh yeah, I'm taking shots at USC. Look, you see it, man. Hate him.
All right.
Even though I was like 3 years old when this happened.
Fair.
Fair.
Oh, man.
Fair.
Sorry.
All right, guys, that was the top 25. Now it's time for kind of a lightning round for our honorable mentions. We're going to go at a decent pace here. It's going to be fun. I'm going to let B. Ross lead this one off. Take it away. The floor is yours. You got 30 seconds to talk about Rasheem Biles, the linebacker out of UT.
Yeah, so transferred. He's kind of undersized, but he's quick. He's explosive. He's violent. Good versus the pass and run, but he is undersized compared to what we are used to at the University of Texas. But he's a good football player. I want to see how his body holds up just over the duration of the season, honestly.
Yeah.
Very nice.
He's a playmaker. That's what he is.
He is, but he's small.
Let's go. Small, itty-bitty playmaker. Okay, he crushed me with a pinky.
He's not a Torian York small. Torian York is like 5'10".
No.
Rasheem is like 6'6'1".
Let's go. Let's go to Jontez Williams, the cornerback out of USC. Metro, handing this off to you. Talk to me about the prospect.
Yeah, 5'11", 200 pounds. Originally was at Iowa State. Had a really good year in 2024. Started off 2025 very good. He had an injury. Was out for after week 5, basically. Transfers over to USC. USC is a place where defensive players die. We'll hopefully hope that Jontez does not suffer the same fate. I'm just taking shots at USC. USC, I apologize.
I see.
My bad. My bad. I'll stop being mean, but
Beautiful school.
I hope for the best for Jontez. He's got a lot to his game that is really positive, and if he puts himself in the right situation, he could end up putting his name into like the first round bubble.
Perfect. Let's jump to the LSU player, the tight end, Trey Des Green. What a sick name. B. Ross, talk to me about Mr. Green.
Mismatch. 6'7", great body control. Like, you see the basketball background in his game. In the red zone, you might as well count it as 6. I don't understand why LSU just 2 downs, you just throw it up to him twice and see what happens. Because he's 6'7". Like, that's not normal on the perimeter. Don't overthink it. But he's a really good player. He has to evolve the next part of his game though in terms of blocking and just overall like route running. But as a mismatch, good player.
Good stuff. Let's bounce to the next one. We got Kingston Viamu Asa, the linebacker out of Notre Dame. Metro, talk to me about Kingston.
Kingston, 6'3", 230 pounds. Really, he caught my eye. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I kind of scrolled through the stats and I see this dude named Kingston, 94.0 run defense grade with an 82.2 coverage grade. I was like, all right, let me check out this guy's film. Yeah, he's pretty nasty. Now, unfortunately, he did suffer a left knee injury in the game versus Syracuse, a game in which they won 70-7.
Damn.
So I don't know when the injury happened, but it just bothers me when you get these guys just putting belt to ass and they're still playing. Just get out, man. You did your job. This guy's a stud though, 6'3", 230. He's got the size, the range, the athleticism. Get back 100%, ready to go for next year. Notre Dame has a pretty good squad, so he'll be there.
Very nice. Next one on our list, he's a big-time sleeper. You've probably never heard of him before. Ryan Williams, the wide receiver out of Alabama. B. Ross, open it up.
Yeah, he's down because he had a down year this year. He wasn't even wide receiver 1, but you're talking about a guy who's explosive, vertically, horizontally. He can separate. He has to get stronger. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He has to get stronger in order to support how he plays and just have success, like strength, and not just in like his upper body, lower body, but like in his play style. He's not strong. He doesn't like contact. That's going to hurt him at the next level. So, but talented player, good route runner. He just has to get bigger and stronger.
And
very nice.
Got to catch the damn ball.
I mean,
also have to catch the damn ball. Well said. Moving forward, we got about 2 players left. Andrew Sprague, the tackle out of Michigan, that Metro would love to tell you about.
he's good.
Yeah, Andrew Sprague hit the portal. Everyone was like, hey, he's going to transfer to Texas. He's going to transfer. Nope, he just returned to Michigan. He's back. Michigan fans, you can take a big old sigh of relief. This guy is a really good player. By the way, they have I think he's a guard/center who's also really good, who hit the portal as well, and he ended up going back to Michigan too. So Michigan's got a couple of those dudes up there that are really good. I would love to see reps of Andrew Sprague going up against John Henry Daly. If they're healthy, we'd love to see that. Anyways, Andrew Sprague, pass blocking grade of 71.6, run blocking grade of 67.9. Only gave up 1 sack, moves very well. He's 6'8", 315 pounds, so he's got the size, the frame, the foot speed. And I think this is, he has a look of what should be a future day 1 or day 2 pick that could start at tackle for you early on. I think he's a really well put together player that, a couple little nuances he's got to figure out, hand placement, how to fight twitched up, more shorter, like 6'2" edge rushers, because he's so damn big. Sometimes there's reps out there where he'll miss just because he's 6'8". But yeah, good player all in all, and frankly could have been easily in our top 25.
Let's go. Final player on the list for B. Ross, generational bag secure DJ Lagway. He was at Florida. He went to Baylor and committed, but hold on, we're not done. He's taking a visit to Ole Miss. He might commit there. We don't know for sure. It is hot press on the news. But this guy let the direct deposit hit, and he's like, okay, I'll go to Ole Miss. But B. Ross, tell me about Lagway.
Yeah, he is the biggest traits potential guy on this list to me. He has all the physical traits and tools, and you see flashes of it. You saw flashes of it when he manhandled Texas. He played a perfect game damn near. It was a very clean game. And you saw the arm talent, arm strength. The issues come when he can be a statue at times, but he's a really good athlete who can run. He has very questionable decision making. He will throw you interceptions. As a defender, I would love playing against him because all you got to do is get him frustrated. He's going to start throwing picks. So all that talent doesn't mean anything if you don't know where to go with the ball, and that's where I think he struggles the most. But again, he's as talented as anyone on this list, but his decision making has to improve.
Folks, this was our top 25-ish, more of a fun list for 2027, and some honorable mentions as well. Who did we miss? Who do you want to call out? Drop it in the comments below. If you watch this far in the video, you must be a sicko. Drop a like, it helps us out a ton. And if you love this content, go subscribe down below. We're on the way to 1K, and it starts with you. You got us to 1,000 about a month ago. Can we get to 1K? We're about almost halfway there. We're trucking along thanks to you guys. Go subscribe. Thank you very much. Signing off for B. Ross, Metro, and myself. We love you guys. Metro, take it away.
Appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Peace out.